Welcome everybody to Tai Chi to the People, here with Sam. Sam's out in the Philippines. I'm in LA, and we are training today. We're gonna do some white light meditation, breath work, and visualization. And I've done a sample class of this previously on my channel, vertical video, but today we're gonna go dive a little bit deeper. I was very inspired by Bodhi Acupuncture and Wellness. Shout out to that channel. Today I found a video on Qigong for depression. I've come off of COVID last week and still dealing with some lung congestion, and didn't feel really good. And I was like, man, I want to feel better. And I found this video. It's like Qigong for depression. I was like, okay, let me take a look at this and see what the guy's teaching. And he shared exercises that are very similar to what I'm going to share today, which I've known since I was a child as white light washing. But it was really, really beautiful how he combined some just a format of rolling up the arm inside and down, down the inside and up the outside, which is the opposite direction that I normally work with in my Qigong, Neigong practices. So really, really interesting in cleansing the heart, the lung meridian, etc. And today I want to experiment with you guys on doing the white light washing that I normally do, adding in some of the white light Qigong from Bodhi Acupuncture and Wellness. Once again, take a look at their channel. I'm a big proponent of making sure that people get credit for the things that they share. If you find anything on my channel and you're like, hey, this is great, and you do put it on your channel, I love that. Please do that. And just let people know. I always appreciate when people let people know, hey, you know what? I found this exercise over here. I'm changing it to something over here, or I'm just sharing it from my perspective. I think it's just really, really important for us to catalog as a community who's sharing what ideas so that we can always compare notes with each other. So always feel free to consider anything and everything on my channel, something that you can share on yours. And once again, shout out to Bodhi Acupuncture and Wellness. So let's go for it. So I am sitting down. You can do this standing up or sitting down. And this is, of course, uplifting heaven. Mouth closed, tongue in the ceiling of the mouth. Imaginary string lifts you up, and inhaling up. Breath goes into the belly. Exhale, wash it down. When you're sitting, make sure that the sit bones, I have a little towel rolled up on the small of my back to help the spine push into this wonderful position. If I don't do this, you can see the chair naturally wants to help you with it, but oftentimes we have don't have these in chairs and don't have it. We can develop these negative habits of like rolling the lower back down and rounding the small of the back, the lower back when you're sitting. So my yoga teacher, Joseph Penna, I always recommend him, said, roll up a towel just like this. And whether you're driving or you're sitting, stick it right on the lower back. Make sure that the butt touches the edge of the seating of whatever seat you're in. Push the towel down to that posture, and look how it helps to accentuate the curve in the spine. Again, I'm also working through a stunt work injury, and so this is helping me restructure some of my lower back posture and strengthen it. So my sit bones are well placed in the chair. Imaginary string lifts me up, and I'm lifting out of that gentle, wonderful base that I've created. Again, if anytime you sit down in a chair and you do Qigong and Neigong, the concept, or if you're boxing, I show some boxing exercises from a chair. The concept of whatever surface you're sitting on is that surface becomes your legs. So it's as if you still have your legs, but you have more. You have a third leg, a fourth leg, etc. So you want to be able to use this base for power. So really feel the base through your sit bones. Excuse me. So, imaginary string lifts you up. Inhale into the belly. Exhale, wash down. Inhaling up. Draw the color into the belly. Whatever color intuitively comes to you first. Exhale down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Side inhaling up. Inhaling up. Stretch and exhaling. Inhaling up. Even deeper. Deep breath. Exhale. The white light washing that I normally do has the eyes closed. Oftentimes, I'll start with 3 sets of inhalations. Hold the breath and inhale white light. Hold the breath for an amount of time. Exhale for the same amount of time that I've inhaled. And oftentimes, we'll place a cup of water near me. A cup of water and a cup that I do not drink out of. And I intentionally, you program that water. You give intention to the cup. And you say any negativity that might be on you as you wash the white light off of you, captured in that water. So if you want to go grab some water, feel free to do that. I already have mine here. I've talked about this in the past, so you can always reference one of those old videos, and we'll go for it again now. Inhale white light into the lungs. Middle dantian. 10 seconds. Hold for 7 seconds. Exhale for 10 seconds. And you can use the sound ah if you'd like, and push that white light, or any, you can even actually visualize the white light capturing gunk, like let's say dark energy in the lungs, and push it into the water. So this first exhalation should actually be the color of whatever you want to get rid of. 10-second exhalation. And we'll use the sound ah. And now inhaling again for 16 seconds. And let's go. White light. And hold for 10. Push out yellowish gunk. Even if you can't, even if you can't get the sound out, continue to push the breath out as much as you possibly can, pushing it out as much as you can, even if it's silent. For the final one, we'll go for 20 seconds. See how we can pull this off. We'll hold for 14, and then we'll push out for another 20. This time, pushing out, inhaling white light and pushing out white light. 20 seconds, let's go. Hold. And 20 out. Breathe natural up the front. Roll down the back. Inhale up the front. Roll down the back. Next exercise to help clear the nasal cavity and also to give a slight massage to the brain. We're going to cover our eyes and take our thumbs, use the fingers to cover the eyes so you don't get any light in, and use the thumb, and you're going to press right on the ear, and you're going to cover so that you can't hear pretty much anything. Of course, you want to hear the rest of the instruction. So before we cover our ears, just so that you know, you're going to inhale white light, and you're going to inhale for 5 seconds. You're going to hold for 3 seconds, 3 counts. And then you're going to exhale using the sound Om, but with the mouth closed, so humming. And you're going to make sure that the teeth are touching so that the teeth gently chatter with the sound of Om. You want to feel the vibration in the teeth and going up to the brain as if the brain is vibrating with this sound. So we're going to cover the eyes and cover the ears and inhale for 5 seconds, white light. Hold for 3. Exhale 5. And again, inhale 5 seconds. Hold. One more time. Next stage, we're going to start working this visual infrastructure even more strongly. We're going to inhale. It's as if, and I'll say that the breath work here is always important because the breath work can help to catalyze the willpower, strengthen it, etc. But for this exercise, just think about turning on a light. We're going to turn on a light in front of our right eyeball. That light is going to go through to the back of the skull. I want to say I learned this particular exercise from I'm going to get you the name right now. The karma busting saint is his name, is what he's known as. Karma busting. But so that you can learn more about this teacher who I met, Nila Kantam. Nila Kantam. There we go. Pillai Center. Yes, the Pillai Center. Okay, great. So there's this positions himself as a saint, and depending on your beliefs, the one really has nothing to do with doesn't matter if you believe that or not. What matters is that there's some really amazing techniques from this individual who put out an album. his followers put out an album, and really amazing stuff. And one of the techniques that he teaches is this really amazing. He's a doctor now, Dr. Pillai. There we go. So check out Dr. Pillai. I forgot his full name. I just want to make sure that you have the reference. The concept here is you're going to create a light infrastructure in the head. You're going to shoot light, visualize it coming in from one eye, going to the back of the skull, the opposite. So in other words, it cuts across the skull to the back of the skull. Second light, you hold the first one. Second light turns on from one side of the eye, one eye to the opposite back of the skull. So now you have an X. Third light goes from one ear out the other. Fourth light goes from one ear out the other. So now you have two lights. It looks like it's along one line. There's actually two lights. So you have four. And the fifth one is coming from slightly above the throat, shooting back to the back of the neck, which is often considered the spiritual center. So very, very important light infrastructure here. And you hold every time you add a light, you hold it. Why is this important in Tai Chi? Why is this important in push hands, especially? Well, the concepts are very, very similar to the infrastructures we've talked about in our Tai Chi forms as well. And especially if you practice your Tai Chi forms, I'm sure that you have the experience of learning one thing, one small little concept in a particular move and adding it to the rest of the principles. You're always making slight adjustments and adding it to the rest of the principles, which are all operating at the same time. So in a similar way, a Tai Chi move may have, especially in push hands, where you add something, hold it, add something else, hold it, add something else. We experience this when we do our imaginary string, our gilded pillar exercise that we normally do standing up at the beginning of our class. And we go through our checklist of different things to be aware of, such as the organs naturally sinking and sagging, the weight mostly on the center of each heel, the weight distributing down the inside of the legs rather than the outside of the legs. All these small little details that are very, very important, softening the knees, etc. So that is a tangent. We're going to get back to it now and shoot the light through the eyes. Closing. We're going to add one light at a time. We're going to hold it. Inhale, white light. And just turn it on. Again, this doesn't have to be coordinated with the breath work. White light shooting through the right eye to the back, left side of the skull. Second light. On the left eye, shoots to the right side of the skull, the back. Remember, it should cross, the light should cross like an X now in your skull, going through the brain. From the ear, through one, out the other. Ear, through one, out the other. Opposite ear. Think of this when you do the ears as two sides of a bridge, meaning that you have the side going and the side coming. Fifth light. Cleansing the throat, shooting through to the back of the neck. Feel your light. Feel the head full of it. And now, maintain that light. Open the hands as if light's shooting out of the hands as well. Like there's a fountain of light in the hands. Excuse me. And we're going to turn this light upward and shoot the light out of the hand. Once again, it's very important to recognize that you can use or not use any sound. This sound would be connected to the breath work. So you can use the sound, push the light through the hand, but you don't have to. The important thing is getting the visualization, the willpower, and the awareness so strong as if it's the tip of a blade of a weapon that you're moving around. If you ever train in weapons forms, part of the responsibility of holding a weapon is using it as an extension of the body so that you can project the mind all the way through the tip and always know where that tip of that weapon is. So in a similar way, when you shoot the white light through the palms, you should feel the tip of wherever you want your awareness to spread to, whether that's the ceiling of the room that you're in or above that, or even just slightly above your head. You want to move your awareness upward and out of the palms. You can use the breath again Exhaling, pushing the light through. But the breath cannot move as fast as the mind. The mind can go anywhere instantly. So if you can place your mind into whatever shape you want, this light, you can start washing it around. And we're going to do exactly that right now. We're going to create a ring around us, and then we're going to create another one. Palms up, blasting the light toward a central point above the head, and now paint, pushing the light in front of you, and down, down, down to underneath you. Hold it underneath you, and then pull it up behind you. Notice that I'm making a ring with this light. And I can pause as well. I can pause to reposition my palms. See, I cannot turn my arms all the way up here. So I'll turn around and I'll just continue from where I left off and pull that awareness all the way up and complete the ring back where I started. The concept here is that I've created this white light ring. And it's only right in front of me, down and back up behind me, one light. Now we're going to add another. And we're going to make this second ring starting the same point as the first, except now we're spreading the arms out. And really focus on pushing that light through the hands, really feeling the intention of the mind going as far as you want it to go, all the way underneath you, and then connect the ring. We won't come back up around the other sides. Instead, we're going to spread the light through the fingertips, shooting downward. So as if each finger is blasting its own ray of light, and we're going to wash, creating multiple streams of light in front of us. Notice that we're filling the space on the 45-degree angle between the rings, this empty space. We have the ring here, ring here. There's two rings around us, and now we're filling that space. White light up, connect all those streams and bring it down the 45 behind you. And again, if you can't move the arms anymore, just pause and then continue. Bring the rest of that light back down, connected underneath you. So now you have multiple rings of light, or potentially you just wash the light in the space in between the two rings. And now we're going to swirl that energy around. This is very similar to Qigong. There's not much breath coordination at all. And you're stirring the light, stirring it all around you. Again, visualize this light. One of the greatest disciplines we're working on here is the maintenance of the visualization, the muscle of visualization. Feel and see all that white light around you. The next thing is we're going to intentionally now use the sound. Inhaling white light, as if you're Samson pushing aside, holding apart two pillars, or you're a Shaolin monk pushing the palms apart, as if you're pushing apart two walls. The concept here is you're going to inhale white light, and you're going to use the sound and blast that light, expand this bubble of light that you've made around you with all of these rings. Expand it as far as you want. And go, oh. And that one push on each side should expand the entire structure. If you want, you can bend up and down and do essentially start adapting, separating heaven and earth. If you'd like, into your form here. But it's really whatever gets you to feel the visualization all around you, white light. And now we're bridging into the similarities between the practice that I grew up with and the exercise that I saw on the Bodhi acupuncture and wellness site. So opening the palm, looking at it like a mirror. My eyes are still closed, but the concept here is that I'm going to blast the light out of my palm into my own face. Now, when we finish Qigong, oftentimes we rub our hands together, put our palms over our eyes, and we inhale light into the belly, exhale, push it through the circuit through the shoulder blade, up the palm, and back into the eye, and really create that heat circuit and feel the eye absorbing the light. In a very similar way, we're going to turn the palm and look at it. Again, my eyes are closed, but yours can be open if you'd like. Sometimes I will do this with the eyes open. Inhale, white light to the belly. And exhale, push that light through the head, through the hand, through your face, and then start washing it. Down the arm, down the throat. Washing, 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 washing. You're pushing it in, and then you start pulling it out, pulling the white light through the fingers right at the end. And you should feel the intensity. Over time, you want to feel the energy intensify in the palm, and really feel it. And then switch arms. Inhale, white light into the belly. And then push it through the face, and the same thing for the other side. Down the throat, into the shoulder. Notice that my shoulder is filling up. My tricep fills up. My shoulder blade disappears into my upper back as I'm washing. Pulling it down. Once I've done that, I turn both palms together. We're going to revisit this exercise in a moment. Turn both palms together, and you're going to create white light in a sphere, almost like you're making a ball of a big snowball. And you're going to go, it's palm to palm, painting it in the air. Get enough of the energy going that you feel like you can expand it. Like the hands all of a sudden become suction cups, and you're expanding, pulling this ball bigger and bigger. And you're going to bring it over your face. And like a barrel of water that you're dumping on yourself, you're going to dump it down, the white light, this ball, down the body. As it goes into the body, it permeates and penetrates all the organs, the bones, etc. And all the way down, bent down to the feet, coming back into the belly. There are many layers to the next steps, so we won't go into those. But to give you a quick overview, it's washing the bones with the light. So you sit still, wash the bones with the light, head to toe. And I say head to toe, I mean deeply, going section by section. I'll spend a Sunday morning doing this for about an hour. All the bones, the bone marrow. And then go deeper from the brain into the spinal cord and all of the nerves. So you want to then start to do the nervous system and wash the light, starting at the brain down. And feel the nerves calm as you do this. Next, you want to go into the blood vessels. So inhale deep and wash that white light into the heart, and then let it go into the blood and let it go throughout the whole body. And make sure that you allow the light to go into the blood vessels that go through the face, the skin, etc., all the way through, not just the organs, but into the bones, into the muscles, everywhere. So you want all of that blood nourishing everything and cleansed clean. And then, of course, you go into the organs and you'll go organ by organ or set groups of organs. For example, both kidneys might be done at the same time. So wash, let's do a quick pass of our organs from the eyes all the way down, towards everything. Especially helpful to wash the light from the stomach down through the intestinal tract and really ride the intestinal tract with your mind as if it's a train. Go through it and wash all the way out through, right through the anus, like cleansing and washing all the the intestinal tract. Next, going into the muscles. And again, I highly recommend taking more detailed time for this for each section. But here we'll go from the feet all the way to the top of the head, the muscles on the top of the head. Washing white light through them, relaxing the muscles as the white light goes through them, cleansing the muscles as the white light goes through them. Be sure to get those intercostal muscles as well, underneath the rib cage that cross over each other like these beautiful X's. And you really want to feel that white light permeate and penetrate, soften those intercostal muscles, because a lot of tension can get trapped in the chest cavity, especially emotional tension and the back. From here, hair, skin, and nails, again, starting at the feet and going up. So you really want the skin to feel like it's puffing up with the light. It's cleansed and it's puffing as if the light is lifting the skin, making it go upward, even defy gravity. The skin should feel so light and strong that it defies gravity. That's why you lift up from the feet to the top of the head, all the way through. And it even lifts your smile. Inhale deep, white light into the skin, hair, skin, and nails. I recommend a pass for the cells, inhaling deep, and contact consciously all the cells in the body. Just send a message out to all of them that they're all absorbing this white light that you're washing through, and any of the unnecessary cells, any of the wasteful cells, etc., anything that shouldn't be there gets washed away, whether through the sweat, etc., through your lymph nodes, etc., and wash. And finally, looking deeper than the cells, do your best to bring your mind, your awareness to an atomic level and seeing the atoms in the body as if they're planets and as if there's space between, a significant amount of space, just as the space between our Earth and the moon, etc. Significant amounts of space between every atom. And see the body as a universe and wash inside across these atoms, inside these atoms. Wash all across and find that each one of them starts generating even more and more white light. Tibetan monk Tuesday Lobsang Rampa has a wonderful book called You Forever. And in this book, You Forever, he gives a thought exercise in the beginning of the book to imagine yourself as a infinitely small being that looks up to the human body and only sees stars because it is so small that the human body looks like its own universe. I think it's a fantastic exercise. And there's a fantastic woman reading these books, his books on YouTube. I think she's called Blue Friend, but I highly recommend You Forever by Tuesday Lobsang Rampa. There is some controversy around his name that I think one of my subscribers has brought to my attention as well. Regardless, the teachings themselves are important to take note of, regardless of where they come from. So take note. And inhaling white light one more time. And find the centermost atom and expand light from that atom through the whole body. And let it wash out. And let it become as big as you'd like it to be. Oh. Now, let's integrate some of Bodhi acupuncture and wellness. Let's talk about and do a few exercises that the wonderful teacher on that site showcased. That exercise, while standing, I'll do it seated, was to inhale white light up. And I mean, I will not get all of his beats. Again, I am sharing an aspect of this, and to compare, especially what we've just done, that I've done for many years since childhood, to an exercise that I was not aware that existed in Qigong. And I thought this was very nice. So, inhaling up, white light, exhale, push the light down the body into the ground. Inhale white light, fill it to the top of the head. Exhale, push down. And now we're going to inhale white light up one side of the body, up the outside, and down the inside. As a matter of fact, we're going to start with down the inside. So we're going to inhale up, and we're going to wash white light down, pushing it down, down, and out the inside soft part of the arm, down the bicep, etc., down, out. And then inhale, pull it up, white light. And this helps to clean the lungs. And exhale down. Inhale up. Notice I'm pulling across the shoulder, up and over. And then the other hand switches and exhale, washing down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And the gentleman teaching on the channel was very descriptive of how this traditional Chinese medicine is helping to clean the meridian, the lung meridian, So I highly recommend watching. I'll even put a link to his video in this description. Exhaling down, or and then inhale, pull up. Exhale down. And notice the similarity. Inhale, pull up. These similarities are so important, I find. Because the intention shifts slightly with each one. But all of those different intentions are so important. The white light visualization we were just doing was really not just for your upliftment, but for the upliftment of your surroundings, for you to be a beacon of light in your surroundings, and to very intentionally so be one. People have, I've mentioned this past, but I would get onto a plane and people say, well, like, what's all that like, that's amazing, all this white light around you. That's because I do these exercises. And there are some people who have the sight to be able to see that. And that's awesome. So this is something that I don't talk too much about on this channel, but this makes a lot of sense for right now. Inhale, pulling the white light up. And this is, I love how intentional this is with cleaning the lungs. Cleaning your lungs. Especially if you've had COVID like me in the last week, you might need a little boost in your lung chi. I definitely do. Inhaling up. We'll do 2 more times each side. Inhaling up. Exhale, wash down. Inhaling up. Wash the white light down the legs into the ground. One more time. Another exercise that the gentleman shared was to inhale. We normally do our massaging now. And we also normally tap our lungs. The change with this gentleman was to inhale the white light into the lungs, hold, and then tapping around. And then exhale. The light out. Thought that was very interesting. I don't normally breathe like that. That's not often in my practice. I have done it in the past, but not much. So we'll do it again. Inhale white light. Hold. And 2 more. Inhale. And 1 more. And close the eyes for a moment. Sit in silence for a moment. And just feel the body. Feel the different energies in the body, inside and around it. And thank you so much for training today. Make sure to go up on the face and to the side, up on the face to the side, the face to the side. And for the heart, under the eyes, nails, the groove between the eyeball and the bone, tap around. Second circle wider, third circle widest. Massage on the eyebrows, bridge of the nose, the side of the nose, near the nostrils. For sleep. And up, over, down, under strong pressure, the immune system. And the hormones. And switch. Make sure to take off the hat and go through the scalp, front to back, back to front. Front to back, back to front. Massage. Front to back. And back to front. And slapping front to back. Back to front. Hollow fist, gentle banging. Front to back. Back to front. Grab the scalp, knead it, let go. 1, 2, 3, and another patch. 1, 2, and another patch. 2, and another patch. And reverse it. 1, 2, 1, 2. Really do your best to move the muscle and the bone underneath. 4 fingers at the top of the forehead. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse it. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Temples and reverse. And just because we spoke about it earlier, rub the hands together, place them over the eyes, inhale into the belly. You can use white light or any color you like. When you exhale, you'll push the light through the shoulder blade, up the arm, through the palm, into the eye. And you want the eye to receive the light, the chi, and let it settle in the eyeball. Inhale in deep, exhale, create that circuit and receive. About 6 breaths. And just inhale, white light to the belly. We'll do our middle pillar breathing to finish up. Inhaling up the front, toes to the top of the head, white light like a tidal wave. Exhale, roll it down the back like a waterfall. Let it use the sound ah to help permeate, penetrate the bone marrow. Oh. Inhale up the left side and roll it down the right. Oh. Inhale, white light to the belly. Push it down the legs into the ground. Let it come back up and around like a fountain in reverse. Oh. One more into the belly. Push to the top of the head and then expand all around the body. Oh. Have gratitude for the body, good people in your life, the space you're in. Thank you so much, as usual, to all you guys. Thank you, Sam, for joining and for being such a wonderful, loving, and supportive energy. Deeply appreciate you, Sam. And if anybody has any thoughts, questions, or ideas, always feel free to please write them in the comments, etc. You always find me on janstaichi.com or Jans Tai Chi on TikTok or Jans Tai Chi on Instagram. And of course, you can support the channel on patreon.com/Jans Tai Chi. So I love you guys, and I wish everyone health and strength and happiness, and have a wonderful day. Thank you so much, guys.